Pleased to be joined by head coach of the South Plains College men's basketball program, Coach Hayden Sowers. Coach, year two. Let's talk about last year to kind of take a step back as far as your personal journey, your first time heading up a program, some of the things you learned, and just kind of recap on the season from last year.
I think the key word there is obviously learn. You learn a lot. Year one, you don't really know what you don't know until you go through it. Once I reflected last summer on the year as a whole, I felt like I learned a lot, both about being a head coach, managing, everything. I felt like we made the proper adjustments headed into year two. I was proud of the guys, though, to win 22 games, to be ranked the entire year, 7 guys, Division I. When you look back on that, I would deem that a successful year.
I want to jump straight into your new staff.
Yeah.
A lot of turnover at the college level. You bring in 3 new guys, great guys. Kind of introduce them and your excitement having them next to you on the bench.
Well, those guys are tremendous assets. When you go into year two, now you know what you need as your assistant staff too. You know what I'm good at and what I need help with. To me, a good head coach hires people that can help you in areas that you need help in, right? And those 3 guys have been tremendous. They work 24/7. First, Cam Parker came. I wanted to hire people that had been winning in junior college, for one. That was my main thing. And Northwest Florida, he came from Northwest Florida. They played for the national title last year, so he's seen what it looks like on a national scale. He's been a tremendous asset. He joined us in May. He ran the entire summer development program. And those guys got better from when they got here to when they left in the summer development program. Glenn Mayo has been an absolute steal. I feel like he was a head coach for 140 some odd games. He's been at Chipola, Northwest Florida, Dodge City. So he's been on the national scale. He's been, as a coach, he's been to Hutch multiple times. Tremendous with the guys. Great basketball mind. Him being a head coach has really helped me because he knows, kind of the pressure of being the head coach and what the head coach might need in certain situations, need to hear. He's been tremendous. Reggie Chambers comes from Colin in Mississippi. They won the Mississippi League last year, so another guy that is used to winning and know what winning looks like. He played at the highest level, Division I, so he knows what it takes. And I believe, I'm about 95% sure he played JUCO before he went to Division I. So he knows exactly what these guys are trying to do, what it looks like, and then he's won as a coach, and he's worked for some tremendous people as well. Those 3 guys have been tremendous. They work constantly to try to develop our players both on and off the court, which is all you can ask for.
Let's jump into the roster. You bring back a couple pieces, but you look at this roster, it's a veteran club. Not a lot of young kids here, not a lot of 18-year-olds straight out of high school on this team. Talk about the roster, some guys who excite you, and some things you're looking forward to.
When I went back and looked at the 2 teams that played for the national title last year, I think their top 16 players were transfers, 8 on both sides. We only have 1 true freshman, and he's going to be a special player. TJ Cope out of Boston. But we have 14 guys that are older, more mature. They've been through college basketball. I think we had 5 guys that were here last year and 9 guys that came in. Whether they've played here or somewhere else, you win at the highest level in junior college with experienced transfers, both in our league and at the highest level. So we went out and we tried to get the best talent we could get. We wanted to secure and get signatures from the best players in the country. And I feel like we did that. I feel like we got a talented group that is learning how to play together and how to play to win. What
is the biggest advantage as a coach when you're trying to get through to these kids is that you have people who've clocked the minutes, who've been on the floor at this level. How does that help you when sending them out there to do what they need to do?
Well, they've played in Division I. They've been, not only the games, but they understand how to practice every day. They understand that you got to lift weights 4 times a week. They understand you got to practice, lift, then you got to take care of your academics. That's really critical as well. They understand the day-to-day grind of a high-level college basketball program. And then in the games, Some of these transfers have played in a lot of games. Some haven't. So it takes the guys that haven't played in a lot of games a little bit longer to get back used to what they've been doing, as opposed to the guys that played in a lot of games. But I think not only do we have talent, I think they fit perfectly with each other. I don't think anybody on our roster is like the next man over. I think we did a good job of corralling guys and signing guys that complement each other. You can't win with a bunch of guys that are the same players. You have to complement. You're putting together a puzzle, and I feel like we did a pretty good job of that heading into the season.
Looking at your schedule, I always give Coach Payton a hard time. He throws his teams into the gauntlet right away, and your schedule looks very similar to the schedules he's usually putting together. Talk about you're going to Indian Hills. You're going to be on the road in Dallas twice. Talk about the schedule, how it lines up, and some things you're excited for.
Well, one thing I learned last year is the league. I mean, it's hard to win in this league, and it's going to be even harder this year. For example, 3 of the top 7 preseason teams in the country are in our league, and then Clarendon, I think, is 20, and then Howard and New Mexico are right there. To me, you have to prepare yourself in the non-conference for the conference. We're taking a road trip to Indian Hills, which is one of the best environments in junior college basketball. Not a lot of teams are doing that, but that will prepare us for road games at Odessa, Midland, New Mexico. I mean, those places are hard to win. It's hard to win in Indian Hills. We go to Dallas twice. Let me retract. We play 29 Division I games, which is really good, really good, and we play a D3 JUCO Northlake that could compete in Division I at the highest level.
Explain what that means, D1 and D3 at this level.
So Division I games are guys that give full scholarships that can pay for everything, and they're the highest level. But Northlake has done a heck of a job in Division III competing. I mean, they've won national championships. I mean, to be honest with you, they've had shots at the buzzer the last 2 years in here to beat us. And they're a tremendous game. They play a matchup zone, so it gets us ready to play teams that zone us.
Yeah.
But I'm excited about our schedule. I don't think there's one easy game on the schedule.
Yeah.
I think with where the NJCAA recognized us to begin the season, we're not going to sneak up on anybody, obviously, as they haven't done for the last 20 years here. We're going to get everybody's best shot, which I'm excited about. And I think the guys understand that moving into the opening night a week from tonight.
You talk about that recognition. You're ranked second in the preseason poll. Give us a couple names. I know you got 15 guys out there you're looking forward to watch. Give us a couple names of who you expect to kind of light it up next Wednesday and throughout the season. Some people we can look forward to.
Well, in the preseason, they've really done a good job of because they're all good players. They all have talent. Not one player on our roster is not worthy of being a college basketball player.
Yeah.
They've done a good job of figuring out who does what well and playing well with one another. To me, we have a guy that is very unique to basketball right now. We have a guy 6'10", 6'11", who transferred from Ole Miss, Malik Ewan. He can dribble, pass, and shoot at 6'10", 6'11". His best skill set is passing, which the guys I think enjoy. He's had some big games. He's shown he can dominate and control a game here in the preseason. We got a quick, explosive, athletic backcourt. We got 2 guys, Jabori McGee and Fat Hill, 2 transfers from other junior colleges that had a lot of success at Garden City and Pearl River. We have a returner, Bryson Ogletree, who's just kind of our glue guy who does everything right. You can tell he's been here because in these preseason games, he's doing all the little things to help us win. He's doing all the little things to help us win. While he might not score the most points on the team, he is very important to our success. He can really shoot, make shots, stretch the defense out. Him along with J.C. Curry, who transferred from Chipola. You can tell J.C. was at a program that is won at the highest level because he does everything right. He works on his game. He can really shoot. He's tough. He's physical. He can take coaching, and he can help us win. On the inside, we have 2 transfers, Jalen Hampton from Northwestern State and Austin Peay, and Kerwin Prince from Fairleigh Dickinson, 2 guys that were in Division I that are really good players, and they're tough, they're physical, they rebound the ball. Both of them have had games in the preseason where they've had double-figure rebounds, and they're also starting to figure out where their niches are offensively to go score. Those guys are probably our top guys, and then we got other. Jalen McDonald is a returner who's coming off a labrum tear. He just got back 2 weeks ago, I believe, but I've seen him producing some high-level games here last year. It's going to take him a while because he's been out since May, but excited about him. Ware was here last year. He just had 13 rebounds in a scrimmage game this weekend. Jalen Forrest is a guy I want to mention. He's kind of our microwave scorer off the bench. He scored 12 points a game in Division I last year. He has a knack to score. That's really going to help us win some games when we have to sub Jabori and Fat out of the game. To put a guy in of that caliber who could probably start at 90% of JUCOs around the country, he can really score that basketball. So I like our team. I'm excited to get going. Obviously, it's a long season. We got to continue to get better. We're nowhere close to where we need to be. But I'm excited to scrimmage Eastern New Mexico tonight. That'll be really good for us. It's our first scrimmage on a regulation court, and I think the guys are excited to play with some space.
Yeah.
And those jamboree games, they can get a little congested on the court because the courts aren't super big. But tonight will be great for us. Coach Owen does a heck of a job at the Division II level. He's built that thing up. They're tough. They're physical. They guard you. So it'll be a good test for us. And then opening night 7 days from now, which I know everybody in the program is ready for.
It's got to be nice for your players. They got to be itching to go out and play someone for 40 minutes. That's instead of beating up on each other. Yeah. Talk about the opening matchup next week, November 1st, 7:30 here at home.
Well, I want to start by saying, we talked about learning in year 1 to year 2, and I said in my mind, I want these 8 weeks of the preseason. I want to really find who wants to represent this place and what it's meant to be for these kids. South Plains College, it's helped hundreds of kids. So these 8 weeks have been extremely hard. We've worked and we've worked and we've worked and we've coached and we've coached and we've coached to try to figure out, to make sure these guys understand what this place means and what it can do for their lives, And those guys have done a tremendous job of staying together, working every day. We hadn't taken many days off, just trying to continue to get better. So to your point, they are ready to play somebody else. You know what I mean? They're sick of banging up on each other. Rupi and Malik every day are down there, a high-level battle in the paint. So they're ready to play somebody else. I'm excited for opening night. Not only do we play, but Coach Baton and his girls play a high-level opponent as well. So I think it'll be fun. It'll be a good night. Hopefully people come out and see both teams are ranked in the top 10 in the country here at South Plains.
Coach, any final thoughts before we get rolling and put our head down and go to work?
Ready to get to work. That's about it. The preseason is over. The season is here. This is the fun part for the guys, and I'm ready to see them out there on the court, experience success each and every night.
Coach, appreciate your time. Good luck this season, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks, Coach.